Hey everyone, Joe here. It is Monday in Texas in September. You know what that means? We got allergies. But it's cool. We're gonna push through it. We're gonna suck on a Ricola to get our pipes all nice and lubed up, ready to go. That sounds suggestive, and it was meant to be. So what are we doing tonight? Not yesterday. Friday, 3 days ago, we attempted to finish Skyrim. And I say attempted in sort of quote marks there. Because what actually happened is I blindly stumbled into the last section of the game, following the prompts on the screen, like a good boy. And what I found at the end of my path when I stumbled was a battalion of drogs of various skill levels. 2 dragons, I think an ice and a blood dragon, and some random Thum using wizard spirit thing. I don't know what it was. Nil something. So we gotta still deal with that situation because I spent about an hour just sort of whacking on all of those bodies until I rage quit the game. So we're gonna not do that this time around. We're committed to beating the game, regardless of what it takes. So let's get started. I did not intend to have that up, but apparently it was. So, you know. Totally cool. YouTube is saying my bitrate is low. I don't think that's actually the case. Oh, did we kill one of these dragons before we left? We did not. Well, okay, so you see, this is the situation we found ourselves in last time. Basically, we're out of potions, if I remember right. Oh, hey, we still have that. Oh, this was before we used all of those. Well, that's cool. That's something nice. Ow. These restless dregs are gonna be the death of me. Actually, I feel like we might be in a decent position this time around, compared to last time. Maybe we did just need to sort of reposition last time. Ow. Do the thing. Yeah. There we go. Ow. Okay. Yep. We're about to be done. So we might end up cheesing the end of this just because I really do want to get through the rest of the game. This is this right here, what we're dealing with, is one of my core complaints about games of this era, and I think really since, which is that the game designers build in these quests and everything in order to get your player to follow certain paths and you know, achieve certain story beats. But what they fail to take into account often is if you're just following the stuff that they tell you to do, often by the end of the game, you're severely underleveled. And this is true for pretty much any, like, Western RPG of the last, like, 10 or so years. They're just not optimized for, like, simply focusing on the story. And I had never noticed this before until we started comparing these games, but there's a drastic difference between even the way Oblivion does things and the way Skyrim does things. Like, Oblivion, and I don't want to say it holds your hand, but it does make it a lot easier to, if you want to just do a story-focused game, you can do that in Oblivion, and it doesn't penalize you for it. Like, the monsters stay pretty appropriately leveled for your abilities. God damn it. Stop it. There we go. I want my arrows back. But in Skyrim, there is just no way to be appropriately leveled at the end of this unless you have spent a significant portion of time in the side quests. And you might consider that Morrowind takes a similar approach, but I actually think it's different in that Morrowind's main quest makes it explicitly clear to you that you need to spend a significant amount of time not doing the most expedient and efficient, path through the main quest. Oblivion's main quest wants you to take its time, and it rewards you for taking your time going through the story. Oh shit, they're getting confident. Holy shit, we might actually do it this time. Let's see if we gotta... Can we use our fire breath shout? Hell yeah! Man, maybe I shouldn't have rage quit last time. We were almost there, because now there's only one more significant obstacle, which is the wizard dude at the end. TDS isn't about leveling, it's about exploits. You're right, Vex. You're exactly right. I wish Bethesda hadn't forgotten that when they made Skyrim. Because I actually think you have a valid point there, even though you're memeing a little bit. Which is that in Morrowind and Oblivion, and I haven't been super optimal here in Skyrim. I haven't been like grinding or anything. But you can, without grinding, get to a pretty like OP min-maxed sort of character build with Morrowind and Oblivion's character creation systems. Whereas Skyrim explicitly prevents you from doing that by removing the class and leveling system. Well, see, that's the thing. I think Skyrim's balance, which it is somewhat balanced on the character creation side, is part of its downfall. Like it doesn't allow you to have... It doesn't allow you to play the best version of yourself, which is something that I think RPGs should all strive for. Sorry. Anyways, Vex, how are you doing? Oh, don't run away, please. I'm just trying to do this a little more methodically than we did last time. Last time we couldn't really help but go fast. Okay, so I have been through here. There's no way Bethesda didn't overlook something. They are canonically the worst at balance. Yeah, I mean, there are definitely some skills that, like, don't even need to be there. You know, I'm sure we could go through the perk tree and find a bunch of unnecessary stuff. But I mean, like, as far as the core gameplay experience, the primary game loop of, like, combat and interaction, I think they actually did a fairly good job of balancing those. It's just that compared to the world, like, the world has this ability to min-max and specialize in a way that the player character just doesn't. Ow! Nope. Fuck. I hate that when I stand up and it makes the arrow go over their head. The dragon is somewhere near here. Bitch. Does that make sense? Do my complaints make sense? Probably not. This is the ravings of a madman at this point. This game has broken me. I really don't need to be sneaking at this point either. Hey! Come back, Monsieur Dragon. Oh, no. These are the ones I really don't like. Oh, hey, that's something. Do I have anything to charge this with? I think I might have used all of my... Aha! Hell yeah. No! No, no, no! Run away! Ah! Okay, we got a little overconfident there. This is fine. Jeez, it's 2 whites, really? No, 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 no. Ah! Real talk, want to see what Skyrim speedruns are like because I bet this is wild AF. Yeah, I know there's a pretty big Skyrim speedrun community. Oh my god! That did nothing to them. Want to guess the world record? Yeah, sure. Let's say... For which version? Like, any percent with clipping? Because I feel like that's probably like 6 minutes. But like, no cheats, no exploits, maybe like an hour 30? No, it's probably less than that. I'd say no cheats, no exploits is like 50 minutes. It's more reasonable than I expected. What is it? Tell me. Ugh. Sorry, people. There's all sorts of pollen blowing into Texas right now. Ah, fuck! No! No, I gotta put my drink down. I didn't realize the dragon was gonna be right outside. Oh yeah, speaking of drinks. And Texas. HEB has started making their own mineral water. Main quest glitchful just under 23 minutes. Interesting! Yeah, that is longer than I thought it would be. Also, that's what she said. And on the subject of drinks, I have been sober now for over a month. I'm very proud of myself. Hooray. Okay, so we're gonna dragon rend this guy as soon as we get out there. And then I think we're gonna try Ice Spike, because there's a fire dragon. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Where is it? Come at me. Oh, that was a weird burp. Hey! Actually, we might have used our stealth well enough that we sort of reset the situation, so it might be safe to go and take out those whites. Shit. Every time. Glitchless is 1 hour 14, which is pretty... That's basically what I said the first time. 1 hour and 20 minutes for glitchless. Damn. Maybe I watched one of those and that stat was just like in the back of my head. I have started watching like Games Done Quick and stuff like that again. Just because it's exceedingly fun. Also, Tomato Anus. Who, like, you would think with a name like Tomato Anus, they would be one of those stupid, like, anti-SJW YouTubers that just, like, happen to still have a platform. But, they genuinely seem, like, extremely kind and thoughtful, which is cool. So yeah, check out Tomato Anus. If you haven't already. It bothers me that this dragon is this strong. God damn it. Missed again. I don't think they can hit me from right here, but we might be sort of screwing ourselves. Oh, they're frost, right. Yeah. I should... Oh, yeah, I gotta equip my bow. Stream elements. It is time for stretches, thank you. I've never seen a speedrunner with bad vibes. Yeah, true. I mean, yeah. There's some part of the gaming community that just, like... I think it's a lot of why I, like, stopped playing games for a while, honestly. Just, like, a lot of communities out there were extremely toxic to people who were getting the same sort of political ideals that I have around the same time I was acquiring them. That sort of, like, right before Gamergate era. Lots of people trying to bring them into GDQ chat, though. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because it's not necessarily a lot of the creators themselves. It's like the creators do and say whatever gets them money, which is like clicks and stuff. So if the anti-SJWs are this large popular group on the platform, then they're going to pander to them, and then eventually you pander long enough, you adopt the ideals unironically. But it does seem like a lot of that part of the speedrunning community has been cleaned up. What was I doing? Bow. We're gonna try the bow for a little bit. Because it might be that this guy's just, you know, not very weak against magic. Oh, gotta get in the wall. There we go. Haha! You can't hit me from there. Ooh, okay. Yeah, this does work. Come back here. Oh, I missed completely. Ah! I forgot this was a fire dragon. I don't have any resist fire, just frost. Yeah, streaming weirdly brings out the best in people, like not by choice, but just because being toxic isn't profitable for them. I think that's true both ways. I think it's not that streaming brings out the best in people. I think it's that streaming I don't know if this is going to be a hot take or not. Streaming, much like alcohol or social media, or any kind of wealth or power. Anytime you're creating this dynamic, that intangible dynamic, where you don't have to have as much inhibitions with the people you're interacting with. I think it. Well, there's two components to the streaming thing. There's that, and then there's the financial component. But first, the psychological component, that like parasocial element. I think that just amplifies the person, like core aspects of your personality that are really identifiable and brandable get pushed forward because that's you get this sort of parasocial response where like, oh, you laugh a certain way or you talk about a certain subject a lot and you notice chat saying it a lot, or you notice people interacting with your tweets, or advertisers liking it and that sort of thing. And so it becomes useful to do that more and more. Hey Taylor, how's it going? And then the other side of that, feeds directly into that, which is the profit motive, which is anytime you're making money off of yourself as a brand, and this could be social media or streaming or anything else like news, that sort of thing. Anytime you're making money off of a personality or a way of thinking as a brand, it's going, that transactional element of it is going to distill that personality or ideology into the most efficient thing for generating capital for that system. So there was a time where around the Gamergate time, like the reason a lot of that stuff blew up and was able to get so much traction is because there wasn't a reverse profit motive, reverse profit generating force from the public on these advertisers to pull ads from these kind of channels that were saying these anti-SJW things at the time, and sort of dog whistling these alt-right things at the time. You've never met drunks who are totally different people. That's another subject we can get into after this. But no, I don't believe that those people exist. Anyways, so the profit motive does amplify that. I don't know if I'm making the strongest case for the reasons for that happening, because I just got distracted there. Oh yes, sorry. I have a lot of energy. I had a lot of caffeine today, if you can't tell. So we were at the Gamergate time. There was a financial incentive because the people who were in these audiences at the time were largely white men who thought a certain way. And regardless of whether or not those creators actually thought those things themselves, or if they were just saying them to get clicks, it still amplified those voices because they had the financial incentive, because those kind of people were the ones tipping. Those kind of people were the ones subscribing. Those kind of people were the ones who were clicking on ads, that sort of thing. Not everything people have inhibitions about is fundamental to them. A lot of time the opposite is true. I'm not sure what you're getting at there. I don't know that somebody could have. I think that word fundamental may be getting us tripped up a little bit. I'm not sure where you're going there. Let's. Can I do this? No, my thing is not going to work there. Anyways, I keep getting distracted. So the Gamergate thing. So we explained that. Now, as we've matured as a society, as companies have begun to realize what we call rainbow capitalism, that they can actually make money off of these minorities and other there's a specific political term for it, but other marginalized groups like the LGBTQ movement, that sort of thing. Now that there's a profit motive there on the advertiser's side, you have incentive from the platforms like Twitch and YouTube to take down channels that are not aligning with those values, or at least to not recommend those channels. And then on the audience side, that there's this sort of reciprocal action taking place, where as society moves further and further left via, the Overton window, they are endorsing companies that that reflect their ideals, and then those companies put out more products that reflect those ideals, and those products inform those ideals in the people, and it's this reciprocal action. You saw the same thing post 9/11 with the Patriot Act and this America First sort of movement. It wasn't called America First at the time, but there was this huge right-wing movement in the early 2000s that led into the Gamergate thing. It was the exact same thing as the rainbow capitalism thing we're seeing now. It just, that was on the right, this is on the left. So the streamers who are popular right now are incentivized on both a parasocial and a financial level to uphold those ideals. So you're getting those kind of streamers recommended. That's a long-winded way of saying I don't actually think that platforms or communities or anything like that, and I don't think this is a doomer way of thinking. It may sound like it. I don't think any of these things are fundamentally good or bad, and I don't think those properties in them change over time. I think it's simply a reflection of the material conditions in which the population resides. Anyways, that's a long way of saying I'm really glad that we are where we are right now. This dragon is pissing me off. I can't... I hate how you can't see anything anytime it goes bright. I really want to turn that off somehow. Oh, and the thing you were... Yeah, I can talk about the next thing you brought up while I'm walking around. Guys, honestly, I kind of want to cheese this last part and just toggle God mode and actually have fun instead of having to try this hard. So we might do that in a couple minutes. So... So it is at this point I should disclose I don't have like a master's degree in psychology or anything like that. I do have a bachelor's, and I do stay up to date on interpreting statistics and that sort of thing. So it is so when it comes to making generalizations, it is something that I consider myself good at, but can also acknowledge that I am not at all a professional and can't provide any kind of advice, and nothing I say should be taken as such. Not what Tad Howard wanted. God mode is for him only. Naughty, naughty. Naughty, naughty. Yes. So, as I was saying, drinking. So, alcohol is a stimulant. It's an inflammatory agent, and it is primarily a depressant. And so a lot of people have misunderstandings as to what depressants and stimulants are. Alcohol doesn't have psychoactive effects in the sense that it changes any aspect of your personality from what you would normally do. There haven't been any studies that show that people act significantly differently while drunk in terms of their ideology or in terms of personality testing than they do while not drunk. And if there are any studies like that, they would have to be fairly recent, because I haven't seen them. But I would definitely be willing to look into that, because that would be really interesting, because that conflicts with science that we've had for decades. But so what alcohol does. First, when it initially interacts with your body, it is a stimulant. And the main thing that it does is stimulate the GABA receptors in your brain. And I'm sure Shannon Odell would be a much better person to talk about this because she, you know, is a doctor. But the primary thing that it does upon initially hitting your bloodstream and getting to your brain is stimulate your GABA receptors. And this causes dopamine to be released and generally gives you a euphoric feeling. Why would studies show that they're outliers? Statistically, studies would ignore... Okay, no, that's not how studies work. Studies do account for outliers. That's why we have the term outliers, because they do not line up with the statistical trend. Like to be an outlier, you would have to be, you know, a certain number of standard deviations from the mean, and those standard deviations would be determined by the scientific power of the study. So that's going to depend on your sample size and various other factors. But no, outliers are very much taken into account. Todd God mode. I'm sorry, I just now noticed that. God damn it, Vex, I keep getting distracted. So it's stimulating that, it's giving you a euphoric feeling. And you can't discount that when you're initially drinking. There's a social component to that as well. So because of our media and because of social traditions and displays that we've experienced and sometimes usually experienced vicariously throughout our lives, we know how a person is expected to act when drunk, and you know, that is obviously informed by the most extreme cases. So like when a person gets drunk, the vast majority of people who get drunk don't go out and stab somebody, but there have been people who have been stabbed by a drunk person. Does this mean that all drunk people stab people? No, that's a generalization fallacy, and that's not the way it works. And that's not what anybody's saying, you know, generally when they say like alcohol is dangerous. But there's like this sort of there's this image of drunkenness in the back of our minds that informs not only how we act, but how we act around not only how we act when we're drunk, but how we act around drunk people. And I should say, when we say drunk here, we're talking about inebriated, you know, a person who is sufficiently inebriated to be called drunk by the average person, I think is how we can define that. So where were we going with that? Yes, the social element. So the vast majority of people do not go out and stab somebody when they're drunk. But when we're conveying information in media about what drinking is like, do you think we more often convey, and the person who's consuming the media more often remembers, a situation where the scientific term is sloshed? Thank you very much, Taylor. That's exactly the term I was looking for. Sloshed. Slizzard, if you will. So when we're viewing media or creating media, and it has a drunk person in it, do you think that media is going to get more interactions or be more profitable or just generally stick around in the cultural consciousness more if it depicts a drinking person as just standing around being normal? Or do you think it's going to be a depiction of a guy who's just like really drunk, is like so slurring his words, and like, hey, if somebody says something wrong to him, he's gonna get fucking pissed off and he's gonna, hey, don't mess with me, you know? It's gonna be that sort of thing. It's gonna be a played up, caricatured version of what it is. And these ideas, these become sort of like archetypes in our mind, so that whenever we and there are some sociologists who disagree with this, but this is a prevailing theory on the like psychosocial, like cognitive side of psychology, which is that we reflect these stories in ourselves. We act according to a character when we're around other people, and a drunk person is one of those characters. And so my point is, on the social component, we are expected to fill a role. And I think that is actually one argument in your favor there, which is that maybe a person who doesn't want to do anything in the bedroom, and we're not talking about the R word here, maybe a person who's not as promiscuous, has this image of what a drunk person does in their heads, and they decide to make a decision and be promiscuous when they wouldn't normally. Or even this could be as simple as asking out somebody that they wouldn't normally ask out. I forget the term for it. There's, you know, it's your liquid courage, if you will. So I think that's actually an argument in your favor, Vex, which is that social component is there, and that informs people's actions. Inhibition? Yes, that is what we were getting to. So you have this lowered social inhibition. Oh my god. I kind of want to just pause and talk about this for a bit. Which one is the right OBS? It is this one. Okay. Let's focus up. Okay. We were talking about the social component. And I think, Vex, like I said, that is an argument in your favor. I think that, yeah, we may do things that we weren't necessarily intending to do. And I'm using those specific words because I think there's a limitation to that. In those kind of situations where we're drunk. Now on the other side of things, on the psychological rather than the sociological side of things, you've got this stimulant in your body, and it is flooding your body with dopamine. It's giving you this euphoric feeling. You feel extremely confident. This has nothing to do with what I was saying. You were saying that people might act differently when they were drunk. Tell me if I'm misunderstanding your point, because the point that I thought you were making is one that I do often hear from people, which is that alcohol makes you do things that you wouldn't do, that you wouldn't want to do, that are different from your fundamental person or ideology. Which is what I was saying is that people act fundamentally the same when they have these lowered inhibitions. Because we were originally talking about streaming, and I was explaining earlier how the profit motive and that parasocial relationship decrease the inhibitions for a person in that sort of dynamic, but that doesn't fundamentally change what the person would think unless there are these other factors there, which was what I was talking about with that social element of people and advertisers and money getting into that situation, and how alcohol doesn't have those aspects of it. So I don't believe that alcohol makes people act fundamentally differently from how they normally would. And the point that I was getting to is that I'll just quickly sum it up. When and again, Vex, please specify what you were trying to say. I'm not arguing with you. This is just a conversation because I like thinking about this stuff and talking about it and getting these ideas out there. The point that I was getting to was that with the exception of these few social archetypes we have in our heads, alcohol doesn't, and any other sort of stimulant depressant combination, doesn't make somebody have new ideas or new ideals or new motives. You're still acting on all these core values you have, there's just less of a blockade to get you there. So like the person who wouldn't, let's make it an easier, less controversial thing. Say a person who would never smoke, but that person, yeah, I think that's fine. A person who doesn't like smoking, but maybe smoked in the past, or has some other thing in the back of their brain that says, you know, I'd really like to try that. I think that'd be kind of cool, but I'm too scared, or like I think it's gross, or I don't have anybody around me that, you know, that sort of thing. If you're that kind of person, adding in something like alcohol lowers that inhibition bar to where an action that you could reasonably say you would never take otherwise, smoking, becomes something you would do, because that bar of activation, or what we would call, oh god, it's been a while since I've thought about this term, so I can't remember it exactly, but the point of arousal, it's like the minimum amount of stimulation a neuron can have before it fires. That point is reached a lot easier because of that stimulant action of alcohol. And then the depressive factor actually reduces our ability after the fact to think that that was a bad idea. Wow. Yes. Yeah. Wow, etc. So that's all I was saying, is that people don't act fundamentally differently on alcohol, and there's no mechanical or chemical component of it that would cause a person to act against their values. It just lowers those bars. And there are a lot of negative things you could read from that. I'm not saying any of those negative things you're thinking about. That is not at all what I'm saying. What I am saying is that, people act how they're going to act, and usually people have the ability to think about the consequences of their actions. And when they are drunk, they don't have that ability as much. And so it makes them do things they wouldn't normally do. Also, there's Crimson Acid from Paradise Killer. Okay, we're gonna cheese this. Come at me. Okay, yeah, we're good. Cool, so let's, Was that cool with everybody? No confusions as to what I'm saying, or big disagreements that you want to air out? Anything I alluded to problematically that you want me to clarify? If there is, I'd rather get that out of the way than have you assume I meant one thing. We're good. Cool. Thank you, Taylor. I really like having those kind of conversations. I actually think that sort of thing is what I would like to do more on this channel in the future, is just have more sort of socio-political conversations. I think that's just fun, honestly, and interesting. Like it's what I find interesting. Caitlin, I feel like I just dropped into something heavy, lol. Yeah, sorry, Caitlin. But thank you for being here. How's your day going? I don't remember where the fuck I was. Do I have to go through this building over here? Is that what I was doing? I just booked it from the end of this place the other day because I was so afraid of the dragons. There were so many. And I feel bad for cheesing this last part, but it goes back to what I was saying at the beginning, which is just that Skyrim doesn't it doesn't reward you. It doesn't incentivize you enough to take the sort of side quests and stuff if you're a person who like just wants to focus on story. I think one of the strong points of Morrowind was how it integrated the side quests into the main quest in terms of making them important and essential for your character to be strong enough for the end. We have suffered enough, Skyrim. We have earned Todd mode. Correct. It shall forever be known as Todd mode. I have an old Henri song. It sounds like ornery. Henri, the Japanese city pop artist. I have one of their songs stuck in my head. What is it called? It's I think it's Dancing Blue or Dancin' Blue. Good song. Listen to Henri. Their album Timely is very good. Kevin says, I don't drink because I have a huge problem with people pleasing / peer pressure. Yep. That is one of the things I was implying. Because I am a similar way, Caitlin. I feel you. Well, my upstairs neighbors are definitely having sex, so I guess I'm turning my headphones off. Wonderful. I'm sorry that I just laughed very loudly into the microphone. I genuinely can't help the volume of my laugh. There is a hard limiter on my microphone, specifically because I just sometimes laugh incredibly loud. I don't understand what causes it, but it is a problem. Also, last time I couldn't / kill this guy. I don't know if it'll do it this time. Oh, it did it this time. Okay, there were probably just too many things in the way. Nakreen. Ooh, that's nice. I want to wear that. Also, shout out to Jonah Loeb, who designed this mask for the game. He's an awesome person, and I love him. And that is all. It's fine, it drowns out the rhythmic squeaking. Okay, so we're taking the dragon staff, we're putting it in the thing. I don't feel like this was explained at all in the plot, what exactly we're doing here. I know we're trying to go to Solstheim, but like, who the fuck was that guy? And why is this staff necessary? I don't know. We're going to Sovngarde. We're taking the Dova to Sovngarde. Oh, I like that, just ominous dragon flying in the background. Can I do clear skies here? Hey, it worked.
Turn back, traveler.
What?
Terror waits within this mist.
Get wrecked, skies. Exactly.
The shadowed veil. But vain is all courage against the peril that guards the way.
Who are you?
Near Giant's Gap, in the gloom before dawn, we marched unsuspecting into the Imperial's trap. Then we stood and fought, our shield wall defending, until by dawn's light the Legion's ranks wavered. But I never knew if Night's End brought victory. A swift flying arrow to Sovngarde carried me.
Okay.
I do not know, but none have passed through. Alduin, his hunger insatiable, hunts the lost souls snared within this shadowed valley. Can you lead the way to where Shore's Hall waits, beckoning us on to welcome long sought?
Wait, okay, why would I know where?
I saw it fair when first I trod this long-sought path. The pain and fear vanished, dreamlike, and a vision beckoned. Shore's Hall, shimmering across the clouded veil, but quenched was hope by the shrouding mist. My mind is darkened. I've lost the way, and wander blindly. Hurry, before Alduin your life devours. Bring word to Shore's Hall of our hard fate.
I feel like that voice actor was doing the best they could with that script there. It's just very, sort of Shakespearean in its syntax. I don't know, it's just kind of weird because nobody else in the game talks that way. Follow me. I'll lead you through.
Try to hold to your hope and purpose. Quickly, before this encompassing fog once more snares me in the world.
I don't think it's actually working now that I think about it. I think it's just, Hey! It's the dragon. Sorry, dude. I guess I'm just gonna go. I don't have Dragon Rend on there. I should probably update that. It's a guy! Yeah, exactly. Whoops. I just undid Dragon Rend. There we go. Hi! Are we gonna talk beforehand, or you just want to get down to brass tacks? Aw, man, if this was Legend of Zelda, I could totally use my paraglider to get down there. I've been playing a lot of Breath of the Wild lately. Hi!
What brings you, Wayfarer Grim? A wanderer here in Sovngarde.
I seek entrance to the Hall of Valor.
No shade are you, as usually here passes. But living, you dare the land of the dead. By what right do you request entry?
I'm the fucking Dragonborn.
Ah. It's been too long since last I faced a doom-driven hero of the Dragonblood.
Can I enter the Hall of Valor?
Living or dead, by decree of Shore, none may pass this perilous bridge till I judge them worthy.
I reminded myself of Metalocalypse, and God, that show is good. True. Metalocalypse is very good. On a similar note, I've been watching... I think I've mentioned this before. I've been watching Venture Brothers a lot lately. And holy shit, that show is just amazing. Every single season is good. At least that I've watched so far. I'm on, season 6, I think? Hey! Hey, you can't do that. You don't Fusroda me. Eh. What?
You fought well. I find you worthy.
Oh, okay.
It is long since one of the living has entered here.
I don't really care, man. I'm sorry. You've mentioned that often. Hey, you know, what can I say? It's on the brain. Ugh.
Iconic! Oh, incredible!
Indeed it has been. Indeed it is. Hello!
Welcome, Dragonborn. Our door has stood empty since Alduin first set his soul snare here. By Shaw's command, we sheathed our blades, and ventured not the Vale's dark. But three await your word to loose their fury upon the perilous foe. Gormlaith, the fearless, glad-hearted in battle.
Okay.
Ekon, the valiant, heavy-handed warrior. Feldir, the old,
Okay.
far-seeing and grim. The three await your word to loose their fury upon the perilous foe.
Are we gonna all do this?
Alduin's doom is now ours to...
Oh, sorry. Got too close.
Far you've traveled. Let us counsel take before battle is blindly joined. Alduin's mist is more than a snare.
Oh god, I hate the way they talk.
100 lifetimes, my heart is
Endless
burned for
You're all just talking at me.
We can blast the mist and bring him to battle.
Feldir, the World Eater, coward. Fierce.
What was that face, man?
We must drive away his mist, shouting.
Your eyes hurt?
And then unsheath our blades
Seek
in
ye through
desperate
the song
battle.
unending, fighting, drinking, echo with the
Okay, we're doing our thing.
Or our wills undaunted.
I would make jokes about how they look, but the only one I can pin down is Geralt of Rivia here. Okay, let's go destroy Alduin. Should I try to genuinely do this? I should try to genuinely do the Alduin battle. There we go. God mode disabled for Alduin. We got our trusty bow. We don't have very many arrows. This is was a terrible idea.
Defeat Alduin. Destroy this mist.
Great value, Geralt. Yes, exactly.
Clear skies. Combine our shouts.
Oh, do we all have to do it? Wait, are you all failed Dragonborn? Is that what they're? Oh no, they're just Thuum practitioners from back in the day. I get it. Cool. Good job, guys. Now where's our parry? He's like, my fog is stronger than your anti-fog.
We can shatter his power if we shout together.
Oh, okay. Are you guys gonna start or am I starting? Is it gonna do this another time? Guys, okay, you gotta be on cue. Okay? Look, I'm gonna count us in. There's gonna be dialogue from somebody.
Have no end. Is our struggle in vain?
Guys,
Fast. His strength is failing.
we're this is literally old men and woman shouting at the clouds.
World Eater must face us.
Okay. Ready? Okay, a 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3. Good job, guys. I don't understand the role of any NPC in this game. Yeah, exactly. There's like
Endless wait.
there's just so little thought put into the individual characters' stories. I just don't care about them at all. There was a lot of that in Morrowind, I will say. You know, just because you run into so many NPCs, but yeah, it's a weakness of Skyrim. You're on the money there. Come on, World Eater. Are you just gonna keep spamming that meteor attack? Well, that was the wrong shout. I meant this one. Jesus, he has so much health. Oh, I'm on fire. Where's it gonna land? You gotta land somewhere. Hey guys, can you... I get that he's like a literal god at this point. Well, not quite a god, he's a demigod. But this amount of health is stupid. I'm almost out of arrows. Ah, we missed him. Stop with the meteor thing, man. Yeah, all we've got is some steel arrows left. This sucks. Maybe our other bow has some charge on it. In Morrowind, the only NPCs that matter are the 100 variations of wizard I found in the WAPs doing some fucking weird shit. What's this guy's deal? Yeah, true. See, even the... That is the benefit Morrowind has, because even the characters who don't get significant backstory or any, like, amount of characterization are, like, weird enough, or their environment is weird enough that it makes up for it. Like, you're still entertained. Let's just poison our bow a bunch of times. Ah! No, I don't like this. Too close. Too close. Too close. Bad touch. No, please don't. Is he immune to magic? No. Okay, it is still hurting him. I'm about to die. I'm gonna die. Let's see if we can recover health faster than he's hurting us. Okay. That's not bad. We might have this. Let's, What? No. Oh. God damn it. Forgot to switch. To... Not this one. The electric one. Weapons. Potions. There we go. Okay. Ah, we missed again. Hell yeah, lady. It's like, guy, did you wander out of Morrowind to where you belong? Yeah. There we go. Okay, let's get this. No, I don't think that went in. Alduin, you gotta learn personal space, man. Like, I have my own problems with that, but you gotta get this down, man. It sounded like somebody knocking on my door. Why does that keep happening during streams? I'm not gonna answer it. Nobody needs to be here at this time of night. Nope, do the thing. There you go.
Down with you, damned worm!
Ow! This battle is very silly. Dragon Rind him again! Stay down. I didn't realize I had 130 Ancient Nord arrows on me. Oh. God, I hate this. Okay, now we're going to keep doing this. I could have sworn I had a more powerful poison. Yeah, there we go. Got him again. It's Alduin stream sniping you. True. Yeah, this'll do. Holy shit, did we do it? Oh my god. We killed it, people. We killed the baddie. There's meteors everywhere. There's so many meteors. We did it.
Our ancient debt for Alduin's reprieve is now repaid.
Hooray!
The long night is ended.
Even here, where heroes throng, few can match this mighty deed. What glory! The
I'll look
gods
for you,
themselves
friend,
must
when
envy
at
us
last you
this
return.
well-earned.
Wonderful. Okay.
This was a mighty deed.
We did it. Everyone is casually catching fire. Yeah.
At last, and cleansed his Sovngarde of his evil snare.
Hooray!
They will
His
seal
little,
this
his like
battle
iron
shores
bands
all forever.
wrapped around himself. That's kind of badass. Like that's kind of a look that I want to get biceps and triceps just so I can do that.
With glad friendship, and bid you join the blessed
Thank you, Caitlin.
feasting. When you are ready to rejoin the living, just bid me so, and I will send you back. Tarry not too long. The land of the dead is not meant for mortals to linger.
All hail the Dragonborn!
Hooray!
Hail him with great praise!
Go us! Look at this guy's smile. His little cheeky grin. Nice. Okay, was there anything else we needed to do here? He told us we could like hang around for a little bit, but not too long. We should probably just go back, huh? Let's return to the land of the living. No sense dwelling on dead
You're
things.
ready to rejoin the living. Just bid me. Return now to Nirn, with this rich boon from shore, my lord. A shout to bring a hero from Sovngarde in your hour of need.
Oh, okay.
No, Tabus!
Thanks, man. You really need to brush your teeth, but... Parthenax? You're looking a little, that's not... Oh, I was gonna say, that's not Parthenax. All the dragons are, doing a thing. I don't know what they're doing. I'm scared. What? What is happening right now? You know,
So, it is done.
yep.
Alduin, Dilon. The eldest is no more. He who came before all others, and has always been.
This is in fact true. I mean, I do agree to some extent. But I also care for Parthenax. You don't sound very happy about it.
Happy? No, I am not happy. Zeh mahi lost ondul bormahu. Alduin was once the crown of our father Akatosh's creation. You did what was necessary. Alduin had flown far from the path of right action in his pachlok, in the arrogance of his power. But I cannot celebrate his fall. Zutiraz ach ochma.
Yeah.
He was my brother once. This world will never be the same.
Damn. Sorry, man. The world is a better place without Alduin.
At least it will continue to exist. Greek Lochlein.
Hey, Lorcan was wrong for creating the world in the first place, man.
Told me once, the next world will have to take care of itself. Fool Nilos. Even I cannot see past time's ending.
Big Treebeard vibes. Yes, Alduin takes
Forget myself.
a very long time to say anything.
Solos midfadon. Melancholy is an easy trap for a Dova to fall into. You have won a mighty victory.
Yeah, I guess living forever,
Kondra.
that makes sense.
One that will echo through all the ages of this world for those who have eyes to see.
Cool.
Savor your triumph, Dovahkiin. This is not the last of what you will write upon the currents of time. Goran,
Hooray!
younger than I have in many an age. Many of the Dovahkiin are now scattered across Kizal. Without Alduin's lordship, they may yet bow to the Vasen, rightness of my Thum.
Oh, cool.
But willing or no, they will hear it. Fare thee well, Dovahkiin.
Okay. Cool. That's actually kind of nice. I like the Parthenax is going to go and round up all the dragons and be like, hey guys, we're good now. Stop killing the people. Stop burninating the countryside. Please. We did it. Okay. Well. Let's see. Is that the official end of the primary quest? I guess so. Seems kind of anticlimactic, doesn't it? Like there was a big fight. I don't know how I feel about that. I guess probably just because I wasn't very connected to the story in the first place. The last battle didn't seem super significant. Because, like, it's not like that was much different from, like, fighting Dagon. Or, sorry, not Dagon. Dagothur at the end of Morrowind. Go get shawarma. You're exactly right. Yes. Yeah, my channel will be all Marvel tropes now. I'm kidding. So I guess that's that. This is, I don't know. It feels bittersweet, you know? Like I'm happy that we finished it. Every dragon fight is the same in Skyrim. Exactly, that's the thing. Like Alduin's fight was, you know, I mean he had meteors he could throw, but it was fundamentally the same like primary loop as every other part of the game. As every other dragon I've fought, I mean. Like, the dragons that I fought to get to Alduin were harder than Alduin was. Which is weird. I don't know. It's just strange. It's a strange sort of, a strangely, like, gentle ending to the game. I feel like it was building to this big climactic thing with all the, like, the in-game cutscene and all that we saw. And then the end was just like, yeah, you killed the dragon. Good job, you did it. People are gonna remember your story. needs to be more like Dragon Valor. I'm not familiar with that. You will have to inform me. But it sounds cool. Hey, Esbern, you still hate me?
Delphine has been very worried about you.
Oh.
Please. Delphine has been very worried about you.
Oh, Delphine?
We heard the news from Whiterun that you left the city on the back of a dragon.
Yep.
That's a little showy, even for you. Since you're still alive, I assume you have good news to report.
Yes, I used Alduin's portal to travel to Sovngarde. He's dead.
Gods above, that's better news than I had hoped. When you walked into
Obscure
my
PS1 game.
I
Nice.
never imagined where it would all lead. Dragons out of legend, Sovngarde.
What do you... what? Okay, I like how there's no more to learn about that particular topic she was just talking about. Because we've already heard all of this stuff from Esbern. Okay. Well, we told them we did the thing. And I guess that's it. So there are a couple different things we could do. We could go ahead and start working toward that discerning the transmund or whatever that was. Yeah, discerning the transmundane. We could work toward this. Or we could play some other game.